The feeling is really about protesters that has been in demand for months now, and now it would be a little too late. We just heard earlier in the day the leaders of the Tahrir, the rebellion movement, who said it clearly. They will keep up the street pressure until President Morsi leaves, and they said that was not negotiable. And I think, the feeling among the opposition is that they are on a high and they need to keep up that momentum. Yesterday's incredible turnout was already a point in score for them. Today's turnout is another one. And then if we look at events throughout the day, first there was these 4 ministers, even though they're not part of the Muslim Brotherhood, still they're part of the government, and they submitted their resignation to the Prime Minister. It's not clear yet whether he has accepted it or not. Those are the ministers of tourism, parliamentary affairs, telecommunication and environment. Then you had the statement of the army that said that it heard the people, that it will stand by the people, even though it was also very stern, that statement. It said clearly that it will not be, the army will not be friendly with anyone who loses more time or anyone who does not want to sit at the negotiating table. And then you had the incredible parade that happened earlier, also of these helicopters in the sky, and that for the protesters here was one of the upshots of the day. So certainly for them, they feel that this is a time once and forever. They do feel that they tried and tried and tried again, and that did not work, even though it's fair also to be said that President Morsi has called more than once for national dialogue, and his calls have always been rebuffed by the opposition, who tends to think, or who each and every time said that would be a loss of time, because anyway, I am quoting here Mohammed al-Baradei, one of the main leaders of the National Salvation Front. He said when they go to the negotiation table, President Morsi pays them lip service. And I think at the core of the problem here is that you have these two parallel Egypts that never managed to meet. They don't know each other, they don't trust each other, and they have a complete different vision of how the future of Egypt should be, what kind of country they want to build.
Well, Hoda, though, it's been a year on since Egypt's first democratically elected president. How do people feel about the possibility of Egypt returning to military intervention in politics, something which people struggled to get the military out of?
Sami, I think you asked me about a military return to politics. Well, I think that's one of the points on which the opposition does not see eye to eye. The opposition is this sort of melting pot of youth, of disaffected political leaders. There's a lot of also Christian Copts who are here. There's also a lot of clerics from the Azhar. So you have this sort of melting pot who have different visions, and it's going to be very difficult for them to move ahead. Over the past few days, each time the military helicopters flew over the square, whether here or in Tahrir, you had mixed responses. You had people booing and you had people cheering. What I've noticed that since last night and throughout today, at least here in Tahrir, each time the helicopters showed up, and certainly when the army issued its communique, people started pouring in the square. I think there's a feeling that at the moment it's the solution, but certainly there are a lot of people who do not want to see the military back into politics.